All right. We are. They announced the Capcom Fighting Collection 2, right? Now, there's two things I want to talk about in this video. Firstly, big chub. I mean, I got a big chub. My chub is so big, Italian and black men are sitting there going, damn, that's pretty big for a white man. Right? That's how big I am right now. This is ridiculous. Like, this is... Okay, so... we've got Capcom versus SNK2. We've got the first one, but let's be honest here. Right? Hang on, we're getting to the good bit in a minute. Right? We got this. Okay. Then we've got Power Stone 1 and 2. I have been seeing people getting up in arms and just begging to get Power Stone 1 and 2 back in the modern day. Right? Now we've got Project Justice, which is really cool as well, so that's being thrown in there. Now this is the one that got me super chub, right? This is the super chub edition for me. Now, we've got the Street Fighter, let me just double check what it's called. I just want to make sure I got it the correct name. I think it's just Street Fighter Anniversary. Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection, right? Which is basically all the old arcade games, right? And it's a solid collection. But one of the major issues, right, is the fact that, you know, a lot of us got into Street Fighter Alpha 3 on the consoles as well. You know, like I played Street Fighter Alpha 3 on PlayStation 1. That brought in extra characters, like they brought back like Fei Long and DJ and whatnot, you know, and additional characters as well were added. And then when they brought it through, I think through like, you know, like the PSP / you know, Game Boy Advance / Dreamcast, I don't know about the Dreamcast, but they got even more characters. You even got like Eagle being thrown in there, right? I have wanted Street Fighter Alpha 3, what I like with all the characters that I remember from the console or handheld versions, again in the modern setting, right? So I am like fucking mahogany right now. Like, this is fucking good. So good. We have to wait until next year though. That's the down part. That's the downside, right? Is that we have to wait until next year, right? Hopefully not too long. Hopefully it'll be early next year, right? That'd be nice. Early in the year, kick everything off. It'd kind of make sense too. But, you know, you could throw that out there in competition, direct competition with Fatal Fury, right? But the fact that so now my love of the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection is great now, because now I want to play it more, because when I load it up, I know it sounds like a weird gripe to have, but I'd load it up and be like, man, I don't want this version of Alpha 3. I want all of them, right? I want all of the other, you know, I want all the other characters in my Alpha 3, right? So this is Street Fighter Alpha 3 Upper. And of course, also, one of my other favorite fighting games of all time is Plasma Sword, right? We also got this unique one with the Capcom Fighting Evolution game as well, but Plasma Sword, dude, this game, Hayato, is one of my favorite characters, right? It's just so good to see this stuff come back. Now, for a while I was working, like let me just double check, because I think I did 2 thumbnails, but I only made the first video. And I just deleted the first video because, like, I've been meaning to upload it and then just other stuff happens, right? And I actually worked on these thumbnails. That's one. I'm going to add the other thumbnail as well. Because after they announced the first collection, I'm like, ooh, that's pretty cool, right? So I actually did up these thumbnails, right? In anticipation of them possibly bringing out future, like, collections. right? I came up with a Capcom SNK collection, which was going to delve into obviously the crossover ones, and then the Capcom EX collection. And in my Capcom EX collection, it was the Akira series, right? And I think I added in Tatsunoko vs. Capcom in it as well. And then, like I said, with the SNK. So I'd actually started, working on the ideas of them bringing them out. But what they've done here, and I'm sure they'll do it, and the reason why, I don't think it's necessary now to do those particular videos, right, is because they've included 3D versions in this collection, right? So they made a very specific Marvel vs. Capcom themed collection, which makes sense, right? Including the Punisher, right? That makes sense as a game in Marvel. But they've included a whole bunch of 3D fighters inside of this Capcom collection too, which has me very excited for them bringing out more. These things are obviously selling really well. Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection is going to really stamp it down in the series. We've already got other stuff that they've already brought out in the past as well, which is really, really awesome. So I wouldn't be surprised now that we're getting Capcom vs. SNK 1 and 2. Don't need to worry about them in an SNK collection. So what they could do now is release another collection and maybe focus on the Street Fighter EX series. Dude, could you imagine, oh my god, could you imagine playing Street Fighter, EX, especially 1 and 2. 1 was my favorite. 1 was definitely my favorite out of all 3, right? But you'd have those 3 in there. You could throw in Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, whatever it's called. You could throw that in there. And probably other Capcom fighting games that, I haven't heard of, forever, right? They're going to be, I don't know about printing money, but I tell you what, as a fighting game fan, this is fantastic stuff. It's really, really fantastic stuff, right? Capcom are just doing really, really good, right? And this is fantastic news. They just recently brought out Capcom, what was it? Capcom vs. SNK SBC Chaos. Is that the name of it? Is that the name of the? Is that the name of the one? Right? SBC Chaos. Yeah. Oh, sorry. SNK vs. Capcom. Sorry, my bad. Right. So obviously, they are able to put these games with SNK character crossovers into their Capcom collection. Obviously, SNK be getting a cut. But my biggest excitements out of this one in particular is Capcom vs. SNK 2, Street Fighter Alpha 3 Upper, and Plasma Sword. They're my 3 out of the 8. I'll play the other ones. Oh man, I'm sorry. I just can't stop. Brennan, this is good, man. This is good. And the thing is though, that I look across at Netherrealm, right? I have put forward videos, and I've mentioned it multiple times, how easy it would be for them to make a Mortal Kombat collections, right? You make a Mortal Kombat Dada collection, Mortal Kombat, Deadly Alliance, Deception, Armageddon, and then you throw in there Shaolin Monks, all the 3D Mortal Kombat games. That can be first collection if you want, right? You then would have the 2D collection. You'd have all the 2D games. Although, in fact, I would include MK4. I would include MK Gold, and as an addition, as something that they could kind of one up here, maybe on Capcom, include the home versions. Include the home versions of MK1, MK2, MK3 across all the different versions that came out, right? You include a jukebox that allows us to choose the different soundtracks. I mean, I got ROMs, man, from MK1 and 2 where you can literally, especially MK1, the Mega Drive 1, where you can choose the soundtrack between the Mega Drive and the arcade. If a guy on an old ass game that came out 1,000 years ago for free can do it, I'm pretty sure NetherRealm can. This is so exciting for me, but as a Mortal Kombat fan, it makes me very sad, right? Because, not to mention the fact that the hype around, obviously, these fighting games is so big. right? And with Evo's coming up, I don't care for esports, you guys know that. But are we going to get a Capcom vs SNK2? Are we going to get a Street Fighter Alpha 3 Upper? Do you know what I mean? Like, is this going to be a thing? Like, we've already had old games like Street Fighter 3 Third Strike beat out Mortal Kombat 1, right? So this is extraordinarily exciting. Extraordinarily exciting, right? So I'm very hopeful that, you know, we'll get the 3D Street Fighter games from Akira, right? Which obviously, you know, we've got Fighting Layer, what is it? Is it Fighting Layer EX on Steam? Great fighting game, by the way, right? That's just using those exclusive non-Capcom characters. But they're just killing it, man, right? Like they are letting everyone know that this is how you treat your customers. This is how you take care of your fan base, whether they're older generation, younger generation. And as I said, it'd be so stupidly easy to make these Mortal Kombat collections, right? Remaster Mortal Kombat 9, just up the resolution of the, what do you call it? Of the in-game cinematics. Update the netcode. Done. I don't know what is wrong with them, but like it is so brain dead easy. And like I said, I've done videos on it in the channel, right? I don't understand why they can't do this when everyone else is, you know. It's just maddeningly like Samurai Showdown, for example. Like Samurai Showdown brought out a collection years ago, right? So you get all the Samurai Showdown games in a collection. I'm like, dude, like, what are you doing? Like, we used to have the MK Arcade collection, and then they delisted it. And then they delisted, you know, what do you call it? MK9, right? Oh, in the 2D collection, I would also add in Special Forces and Mythologies as well, right? Because MK4, you know, is tying in with Mythologies, a lot of the aesthetics, the stages, characters, that sort of thing. So I sort of want to keep it all together as the bonus games. How hard would it be, man? It wouldn't be hard at all, right? They are literally sitting on a fucking gold mine, a gold mine of content for MK fans. And I'm looking at this and I'm very happy. You know, I'm a fighting game fan anyway, but very happy for Capcom fans and SNK fans right now, right? Like, this is just... Wait, I don't understand the thinking, man. Like, what are you doing? So I want to know what you guys think. You guys happy out of these games? Which ones are you excited for? Let me know. Capcom Fighting Evolution, I don't think that came out on anything, did it? No, it didn't, because, yeah, it was, I think I was running it on an emulator. I think it came out on, what, PS2, didn't it? Yeah, I think it came out on PS2. Anyway, guys, catch you next time.